Hi, we're going to continue today with looking at intervals and a concept called inversions. Inversions apply to other things such as triads, but today we're just going to look at them from the standpoint of intervals. So what is an inversion? Well, an inversion is when you play two notes to an interval. This takes C and E, and you take the E note that's on the top and you put it on the bottom. Now we're still playing C and E. They're no longer in the exact same octave, but they've been inverted. That E has been inverted down, and there's a new interval. Now, there are some rules that go along with intervals that are handy to know, and that is, and they won't be very clear initially here, but they will in just a few minutes. And that is that major intervals invert to minor intervals invert to major, perfect intervals invert to perfect intervals, and a tritone remains a tritone. And the two notes that the two intervals that combine in the inversion add up to 9. So let's look at our initial example here again. We know that C up to E is a major third. If we go down and put that E on the bottom, what's that interval? Can you hear that? That's a minor sixth. Let's test that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it was major, it would sound like this. A major sixth interval. You can kind of see that if I played A major. See how that's major in there on that third string? If I take the third string off, now I have A minor. Okay, so let's check against our rules. A third and a sixth, they add up to 9. A major interval inverted to a minor. Since we're right here, let's get the minor third. That would be E flat. If we took the E flat and put it on the bottom, inverted the interval, in other words, now we would have that major sixth. You can hear that major sixth sound. So we'd have the same thing. 6 and 3 is 9, and the minor interval inverted to a major. Okay, let's take care of the tritone. If we use C here, and we go up to a tritone, that's F sharp or G flat. And if we went and took that F sharp or G flat and put it on the bottom, it would be here, and we would also have a tritone. So the tritone just inverts to itself. It's the only one that does that. Let's look at a perfect fourth now. A fourth in the key of C is F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be able to hear that is fourth interval now. Okay, let's take the F, put it on the bottom, invert the interval in other words, and now you can see that that's a fifth. You can sort of see it visually as a fifth, you can hear it as a fifth, and you can test it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go back and check the rules. The fourth, perfect fourth, inverted to a perfect fifth, and 5 and 4 add up to 9. Now let's take a fifth up. That would be G. You can hear that as a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take the G, put it on the bottom, invert it down in other words. You can see that as the perfect fourth. 1, and you can hear it. Inverts to a perfect fourth, perfect inverts to perfect, keeps that part of the rule, and 5 and 4 make 9. So what's left? The sevenths. So let's go back to the C and go up to a major seventh. That would be B. We can go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a major seventh. Now let's take that B and put it on the bottom along with the C. What's that interval? That's a half step. B and C. I'm playing them together. So I inverted the interval. A major sixth. Half step is a minor second. So we're keeping the rule straight. Major inverts to minor, and a seventh and a second add up to 9. So let's get the minor seventh. That would be the B flat. And let's put C and B flat. Put the B flat on the bottom. You see I've switched and played the C here again. Now what's that? That's a major second. C and B flat. So our minor seventh has inverted to a major second. That's the interval. The B flat to the B flat. And the minor inverts to major. And 7 and 2 add up to 9. So that gives you an idea of what it means to have an inversion. And we'll go on and look at inversions and triads. They're very, very common, and they're very handy to know. It's not real clear yet, but as we go along, you'll see that they're used all the time, inverting intervals and triads. So that gets us kind of off to a good start in understanding how intervals invert. Major inverts to minor, minor inverts to major, perfect intervals invert to perfect intervals, the tritone remains the same, and the inversions add up to 9.